Sandusky River walleye run tip of the day. Um, I'm going to give you a bunch of tips, and that way I have a lot of people are asking me when's the best time to go. Early morning is the best time in my opinion, but late evening's a really good time to go when the bite really picks up that last half hour of the day. It's kind of like the morning. The walleye are in the river full force right now. We just had a big bunch of rain. Time to get out there. But what problem is, the water's up 2.5 foot up and rising. I would wait. It's really hard to catch them when you got a bunch of debris in the water, sticks and stuff going down the river, and the water's like coffee. Wait for the water. My best time I like to go to the river. My tip for you is when the water's up about a 1 foot to 1.5 foot up. I catch a lot of walleye when it's like that. I can tell you 1.5 foot is, my opinion, perfect for the walleye. You got a good flow. You could use a floater or lead, and it seems like that's when I always get my limit. When the water gets 2.5 foot to 3 foot up, it's really hard to fish. It's what I like to tell you. I would hold off and wait till the water recede a little bit. It's kind of like wasting your time going down there because I said all that debris floating in the water, you're constantly throwing it out, and you're constantly getting sticks and stuff tangled in your line, and it's hard to get the bait down where the fish are. The fish are going to be hanging about. When the water comes up, the walleye will come close to shore. You don't have to cast like 10 yards out in front of you and you can hook walleye. They're trying to get out of that heavy current. They're in there to spawn, but they're in there to try to make it easy on them because they get out in that current. It pushes them around too. They like to hug the bottom. They have little channels that they go through the river. So in them high water days, you don't have to cast far. They're right out in front of you. Uh, also, hot spots that I like to fish a lot right now, it would be in between the town bridges between State Street and Miles Newton. There's when the walleye are coming in, that is a hot spot to fish. You don't want to go to River Cliff or Roger Young Park when you got the water coming up. You want to fish in between the town bridges. You can go down to Roger Young Park, you're probably not going to catch a fish. Water's really deep down there. When the water's up, it's even deeper. So fish Roger Young Park late in the season. When the water's getting low down between the bridges, head upriver. River Cliffs and all that gets hot down there. But like right now, it's hard to beat between the town bridges and the rapids. You got a long stretch of place to fish. That's where I guarantee you go down there now, you're going to catch fish. But just wait for the water to hit at least below 2 foot. Right now it's 2.5 foot up. That water's cruising. It's also pretty fast. So you really got to use floaters right now. Lead is just really hard to get that weight down to the bottom where they're at. Colors, I like using on muddy days like today. I would like to use a brightest color I can use, like chartreuse or pink or orange. Orange is a really good color with the water the way it is right now. But they always say that bright days use bright colors. On dull days, use dark colors. So remember that tip right there. That's an important one to remember. You can also go down there and hook yourself a freaking giant. But the problem is when the water is up, can't get them in. Walk with the current. If there's nobody to your right, if they say the current is heading to your right, from your left to your right, when you hook a big fish, walk and reel as fast as you can and you'll bring the fish in. It works like unbelievable. The fish will come right in. Walleye are not hard, fierce fighting fish. They like a log anyway. They do use that river for their advantage. So if you walk with the current, the fish will come in. Very good tip. Remember that one. But the problem is there's always someone in the river to your right. So you got to walk past them and they get kind of pee off about it. But I'll tell you what, there's nothing better than walking with the current as long as you don't bust your butt on the rocks. I do it all the time, and that walleye will come right in though in that high water. So that's your walleye tips for the day. I will be putting a few more on, but right now I will tell you the walleye are in the river right now. Get your butt out there and get out and get them. They're out there, and fishing's only going to get better. When this water comes down, there's going to be a lot of walleye in the river. When you see walleye that are pale, that's fresh fish that came straight out of Lake Erie. You can imagine this. They're coming out of real cold water, and they're coming in that warm 50-degree water. They get pale looking. That's a walleye. It just came out of Lake Erie. If you catch them and they got good color, they've been in the river for a while. That's another tip to let you know about your fish that you're catching. So when you see a lot of pale fish, that means a big school is coming in. That's really good. So have a great day. I will post a few more tips, but pretty much all my tips are on my channel. Please subscribe and check them out. Spread the word. And I have lots of knowledge about the river. I've been fishing it for years, and you can check all my pictures out of all my walleye I've caught. I've caught hundreds, and I got lots of giants I've caught out of the river. And I can honestly say, Maumee River, you're probably easier to get your limit, but Sandusky River, better chance of getting a trophy. It's hard to get them out of that Maumee River. You watch it, it's a big flow, and it's hard to get them big ones in. A lot easier to get them in at Sandusky when you're on shore. Have a great day.